Hi guys, this is Khushal Kumar and this is part 18 of my C programming language tutorial. In this tutorial we're gonna be learning about functions, so let's get started. So what a function is that it's a sub-program. Like this is the whole program, and if you see this main, this is a function and it has its own purpose inside the program. Main is the default function. If a program has no function, it will certainly have one function, and that will be main function. So like this main function, we use some other functions like printf, scanf. So these were all functions, and the reason for using a function is that let's say we have a big problem to be solved, and if we divide that problem into different parts, it will be very manageable and easy for us to solve that problem. You can compare it to any book. If you see a book, you will see that there are many chapters in it, but now imagine if instead of these chapters there was no chapter and plain text throughout the whole book. That will not look good, right? Because it's just one big pile of pages. So it's always good to divide a bigger problem into smaller problems. And in computer science, the process of dividing bigger problems into smaller problems is called divide and conquer. So there are other uses, like the printf function that we use is defined somewhere else. It's defined in the stdio.h library file. If we have to create this printf function on our own, every time when we want to print something, we have to write some code in it. That will be very redundant. To decrease the redundancy also, and redundancy means having something more than what is necessary. That's why functions are used. We can also make our own library like this file and then save some functions in that, so that will increase our productivity to a great extent. So there are two kinds of functions: library functions and user-defined functions. Library functions you have seen. There are some more library functions and more library files in C programming language, and user-defined functions are the functions that we create ourselves. So let's create a function in which we will use both library function and user-defined functions. So we will find the square root of a number. So let's declare two numbers, num and s, and print on the screen, enter the number, and take the number from the user, %d for integer, but we have double here, so instead of %d we'll be writing lf, and here we will have ampersand num. Now what you have to do is you will assign s something called sqr num. So let's see what it is. We will have a function here now, int sqr. So here we will write int n, and int answer, we will assign answer something like sqrt, and inside this we will have n without the double quotes, and now we will return ans. So we have used this function, which is a library function. So what we do for library function is we write the name, or to be more precise, we include the file. So for this function, library file is math.h. This is a user-defined function, and this is the header of the user-defined function. This is the body of the user-defined function. So what is happening is, here we are giving s the value which will be returned by this sqr function, and what we are doing is we are giving this number to sqr as an argument. Whatever you write here is an argument. So num will come here, and in order to receive it we must declare another variable which will have lifespan of this, so which will work only in this area of the function. We defined another variable called ans, and we gave ans the square root of n. This square root function sqrt is inbuilt, and we don't have to define it like we did to this function. We defined this sqr function, and inside this function we are using this function like inside main function we're using printf function and scanf function, and this user defined function. So I guess everything is right now. Let's run it. Enter the number 16. So we didn't print anything on the screen. Now print the square root of percentage lf is percentage lf. So here for first percentage lf we will give num, and for the second one we will give s, because we are finding the square root of num, and s will have the ultimate value of the square root of num, because num will come here and after evaluated something will be returned, and that return value will be saved in s here. So now if you run it, give the value 16. So the reason why it's not working is because there is something that we have to do in this case. We will write this here and give it semicolon, and now try to run it and give the value 16. So now it's running. The reason why it was not working is because for a user defined function to be used inside main, you have to declare it first. So this is a declaration or function prototype of the function that we have created here. So instead of this function declaration, what you can do is give the function definition before the main. There are two ways. Either you give the function definition before main, or you give the function declaration. So you see, you're getting the right answer. So this is how functions work. In the upcoming videos I will be teaching you about function definition, declaration and function call. So I hope you liked the video. Give it a thumbs up if you did. Subscribe if you haven't. This was it. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day.